Hello everyone and welcome back to another day of Road to TCG Worlds 2017. Now, today, as I mentioned on Monday, is Yveltal's turn. Monday was a day to explore a new deck. The Spanish video from yesterday, in case you want to check it out, did feature a super close and intense match against Azul Garcia Griego. He's, I believe, in the top 10 of North America at the moment. In the rankings, he was the player who won Orlando Regionals with Yveltal back in October, and I did face against him like randomly on the ladder, and he was using a Blastoise deck. So if you want to see TCG Seismitoad against Blastoise, I really recommend you guys check that game out. Like, you can turn down the volume and just put on some music and watch the game. It was really good, and if you understand Spanish, then even better. You should definitely go watch that. But anyways, onto today's deck. This list is exactly Mark Garcia's list, which did win San Jose Regionals. I did not make any changes. I don't feel qualified enough to make any changes, although I'm sure maybe some people would love to fit in the Taurus Ninja Boy combo in here, which I guess you could drop one Gallade and one Maxie's perhaps to try to do that. But other than that, the list seems super tight and like super thin on everything that you have right here is 100% necessary, and dropping like a single card would alter so much the balance of the list. But anyways, let's review the Pokemon. First off, we have 3 Yveltal-EX, which is the main attacker of the deck. We have a single Darkrai-EX with Dark Cloak in order to be able to retreat our Pokemon freely. We have 2 Fright Night Yveltals because EX Pokemon are definitely way more prominent in this metagame, and it's really good against potentially Trevenant. It's really good to snipe off Jirachis, bench Jirachis and Shaymins, so it's really nice to have. And we have the one Sableye. Junk Hunt can come in handy to recover like game-winning cards. It can be insurance against decks like Wailord perhaps, or even say opposing Sableye Garbiters to some extent. We have the one Archeops in order to prevent our opponents from evolving if we are up against an evolutions deck such as Vileplume, such as like any of the new GXs, Lurantis or whatever. And we have the 2 Gallade, which should be pretty good counters to Turbo Dark, which is getting a lot of hype both in standard and in expanded. So that's the Pokemon lineup. We do have the 2 Shaymin and 1 Jirachi to ensure we don't dead draw at all throughout any point in the game. And now here's where the fun begins. Look at how many different item cards and supporter cards we have here, especially supporter cards. We have 3 Juniper, 2 N, and 2 Maxies. Now the main idea here is to try to get a turn 1 Gallade against the appropriate deck, or a turn 1 Archeops against any sort of evolutions deck, such as Electric, such as the GX or any GX deck pretty much. Against Greninja, you really want to be able to use Archeops right there. So getting it out on turn 1 is super crucial. Having 2 Maxis pretty much ensures it will not be priced, or both will not be priced at any given point in the game. And same for Gallade. Having 2 Gallade means that you will always have a way to combat very cost effectively any sort of Turbo Dark deck you face off against. And then you get the disruptive cards in Lysander, Ghetsis, because at turn 1 Ghetsis can potentially win you games, Delinquent as well if your opponent is not careful, and AC in order to prevent any Pokemon from getting stuck in the active slot, especially because we don't run Keldeo-EX, so it's really important to be able to switch out freely-ish. Aside from that, we have 1 of each stadium, 1 Parallel City and 1 Reverse Valley, which does add 10 extra damage to our attacks. We have the 4 Seeker, 4 Ultra Ball, 4 Trainer's Mail, and 4 Dark Patch. So we don't have the Turbo Acceleration from Dark Patch and Max Elixir like the Turbo Dark decks do, but we do have the single a single dark patches that go along really nicely with Yveltal. And we have 3 Compressor and 1 Computer Search. These do really help out in ensuring the turn 1 Maxies. And we have the 2 Fighting Fury Belt in order to ensure Yveltal has extra HP, and a single Float Stone just in case. And for energy, since we're not running Elixir, we don't need a higher count of basic darkness energy. We have dark patches to recover those, and therefore we have 7 and we only have 4 DCE. So this is the list that took down San Jose Regionals. As I mentioned, like maybe you could consider a Kukui somewhere in there. You could consider a Taurus GX and a Ninja Boy, but I don't know how good they are, and I don't feel qualified enough to make changes to such a deck without knowing, like without ever playing an expanded tournament. I don't know the metagame. I don't know, like maybe it's 100% feel like just because Gallade exists, Taurus loses potential right there, because Taurus just gets cleanly 1-hit KO'd by Gallade. So you definitely don't want to be stuck in that situation, as you will not even be able to take advantage of the Mad Bull GX attack. Now, looks like we are up against potentially a Bronzong Tyrantrum, Aegislash sort of deck, I would imagine. What did Metal Pokemon get? Like, it could be Solgaleo as well. Could definitely be Solgaleo. But we are pretty well poised to get the turn 1 Archeops here, which clearly is not priced because it's in our hand, and we have enough discard cards where I feel pretty comfortable. And I actually don't know what my opponent is running, right? I actually don't know. But okay. If I computer search here for the Maxies, okay, let me think this through. I want to make sure I get this right. Either I Ultra Ball turn 1 or I computer search. I feel like using Ultra Ball is the better choice here. With doing this, we get rid of those 2 and we find an Yveltal to dark patch into. Let's make sure the Maxies are there. Yes, there's 1 Maxie only, and we bench the Yveltal. We play the dark patch onto the Yveltal-EX, and then we computer search for the Maxies, and we might see an immediate concession. I'm not entirely sure. I still don't know what deck my opponent is using, but just based on the previous screen, like even if I didn't know, I think I would still go for the Archeops here. I think I would still definitely go for the Archeops. Get a couple extra dark patches, and I definitely want to grab the N here. I don't want to discard my dark patches, and I don't want to rely solely on the Ghetsis for next turn, so I attach my energy and pass, but we should be good here. Metal might have only been Jirachi-EX, that's definitely a possibility. The stadium is really bad for us, and wow, but my opponent just passes right there. Okay, so now I definitely don't want to end him. So let's see, let's try the Ghetsis then. My opponent will reveal his hand. We see 1 Fighting Fury Belt and 2 Verse Seekers, a double dragon, and a double colorless. So maybe this was some sort of Giratina lockdown deck. Perhaps. I do get the DCE, which is what I was looking for. No stadium though, but that's okay. I can Shaymin to try to find the stadium. And even if I don't find it, like, my opponent's deck is very big. We know he only has a double dragon energy and a double colorless energy in his hand. So no matter what he's using, we should be pretty good here. We generally should be pretty good. And I even replaced the stadium, so I'll only get 10 damage from poison. I will deal 60 damage to this Jirachi, and we are a top deck away from winning, I would say. Well, my opponent finds a Trubbish and passes. That's fair enough. That is fair enough. If I had a Lysander here, I would outright win. But since I don't, I'll just take my 2 prize cards. Now let's see what else my opponent does top deck. There's a Yveltal-EX and another Ultra Ball. But yeah, losing this game at this point seems really difficult. It actually seems really, really difficult. What did my opponent top deck? We know 2/3 of his hand contents. He gets this for 1 card, 2 cards, okay. So that was his top deck. He Crushing Hammers and fails, attaches a DC and passes. Even if he had flipped heads, I could have attached an energy and retreated. So yeah, there we go. What can I say, guys? That was a pretty quick win, solely based on my opponent's terrible draw. He was running Garb. I'm guessing it was some sort of Garbodor Giratina deck, because I know he had Metal, which means Jirachi. He had Dragon, he had Psychic, so probably Giratina and Garb. And he had something else, I think, which wasn't colorless. I'm not entirely sure. And now I didn't pay attention. And I guess it should be it'd be more fair if I actually didn't take a look at what my opponents are playing in the previous screen, so that I don't make decisions based off of information that I normally wouldn't have in a tournament scenario. Like, after a few rounds, like, you can ask around, you might have been walking around seeing what decks like the notable people are using, but usually like in the first 3, 4, even 5 rounds, you probably don't know what your opponents are using. And wow, so an immediate concession, and we get 500 coins off of that for whatever reason. And yeah, I mean, not getting the best of games, unfortunately. Not getting the best games out there, but that's okay, I guess. It's actually okay. Looking for opponent. Okay, we found someone. Against Miguel CRA with a dark psychic colorless deck, so this might actually be Darkrai, Turbo Darkrai. I do win the coin flip, so that's pretty cool. I have a feeling Gallade will be very important here, and I should be able to pull off the Gallade here. Now the question is, who do I start off with? I'm guessing Fright Knight. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead. Yeah, Fright Knight. Fright Knight makes sense. Fright Knight makes sense to me, because immediately we threaten whatever my opponent tries to play down. We see a Garb, we see Elixirs, we see Fire and Fury Belt, and we see Darkness Energy. So could be Yveltal Garb instead. Could be Darkrai Garb. We actually don't know. Now, do I want to draw my top deck card? Or rather, my mulligan. I'm actually going to choose not to draw it. And it is dark, okay. With Taurus, which is even better. So, yeah. I'm definitely going for Gallade here. I'll discard, I guess, both Gallades and a Darkness Energy. That makes sense. There's one Darkness prized, and now if I do that, I play down the Stadium, I play down the Fighting Fury Belt to my Yveltal, I play down the Darkrai, I play the Trainer's Mail, and whatever I get, I choose not to grab it, unless it's a Compressor, or a Floatstone perhaps. So yeah, and if I potentially get 2 Gallades off, or down at any point in the match, I should be able to just win that. Like 2 Gallade should 100% guarantee me the win here. Wow, I even find a Dark Patch immediately, which is pretty cool. It's pretty cool. So I'll play that onto my Yveltal-EX, of course, and I will Maxie's 1 Gallade onto my bench. I have a DCE already. I even have a Computer Search if I wanted to keep doing stuff. I'll just Premonition here, which I was about to forget. Now I can freely retreat into whatever I want. I can even Lysander up through the Computer Search. So what I'm actually, or I could just set up another I could even set up another Maxie's actually. Okay, so let's think this through. Okay, yeah, I want to top deck the Maxie's. Yeah, I want to top deck the Maxie's. That's the card I want to top deck. The rest don't matter because I'm gonna use the Maxie's anyways. That should be good. So then I top deck the Maxie's and I Computer Search for whatever I want, attach the TCG onto Gallade and get a knockout. Yeah, that seems fine. I'll just pass here. I can't attack yet. I wish I could, but I can't attack yet. I mean, I couldn't even with the energy attachments I have. He attaches energy to a Taurus. That's perfectly fine. Oh, okay. So that foils my 2 Gallade plan. But I mean, I'm generally not scared. Like Gallade is just gonna pull off double KOs right here very easily too. So should be good. Should definitely be good here. It should definitely be good. I just need to play a supporter card. A supporter card. Doesn't matter which one. I just need to play a supporter card, which is not Maxie's, of course, because I can't play down any more benched Pokemon for now. A Hex Maniac would kind of foil my plans here. Okay, so he chooses to bring out my Gallade immediately, which I am okay with. I am actually okay with that. There's no way he deals 150 damage next turn, right? There's absolutely no freaking way. So yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and get a KO here. I guess I'll attach the Fighting Fury Belt to the Darkrai, and now I'll just Computer Search away these 2 cards. I would have been close to getting another Gallade, but I won't be able to. So what I can do here is I could Delinquent even. My opponent didn't play N, didn't play Lysander, but playing Delinquent here would mean that I might not have a supporter card for next turn. So I'd rather do this. I'd actually rather do this. I'll Dark Patch onto my Yveltal-EX once again. And then I could Ultra Ball to thin out my deck potentially. I will definitely Premonition though first. And there's 2 Ultra Balls right there. Dark Patch. I guess I'll keep the Dark Patch. Or I'll top deck the Dark Patch. The rest don't really matter. Well, actually they would have mattered. But I have Shaymin. Yeah, that's fine. And I'll just take a KO here with Sensitive Blade. This game really shouldn't last more than 4 turns here. Honestly, it really shouldn't. I top deck the dark patch, power up Yveltal-EX. I have Delinquent, and yeah, my opponent had him, so that's fine. If I'd gone for Delinquent, my opponent would have top decked the Fighting Fury Belt, so he wouldn't have been able to do anything at all. But not right now. He deals, if it hits the elixir, 90 damage to my Gallade, and I just play the end and win 100 damage, if you will, or 110 if he hits the elixir once again. But that's 2 easy prizes for me right there. It's actually 2 free prizes. Yeah, there really was nothing my opponent could do right here, and yeah, this deck just seems really strong, really strong. Getting either turn 1 Gallade or turn 1 Archeops is just ridiculous, honestly. It is quite ridiculous, and now we might actually be up against a mirror match, and Isaiah W. I feel like I probably know who this guy is. Isaiah Williams, maybe? Not entirely sure, but this is definitely a mirror match, which he is going first. So that might be a little bit of an issue, unless I can attack on turn 1. But I do mulligan even, so that's not good news. That is not good news. Okay, so I start Darkrai, and I should be able to get that turn 1 Gallade, I feel. I should be able to pull that off. Question is, do I want to though? Immediately fighting. Oh wow, he simply passes. Okay. So yeah, I should be able to get the turn 1 Gallade here. So I'll discard both Gallades and the Maxies. Well, I guess I'll discard an energy instead of the second Gallade, just so that I have a dark patch target. Yeah, that's what I have to do. Discard those 3 cards, and then I Ultra Ball away the Delinquent and the Versus Seeker, yes. And I grab an Yveltal. Yeah, an Yveltal-EX. Oh, excuse me. Excuse me. Okay, so I bench the Yveltal, I attach the Fighting Fury Belt, I attach an energy to the Darkrai-EX, I guess? Yeah. Oh, excuse me, once again. Yeah, I definitely want to retreat here. And I just Maxie's turn 1. So pretty polarizing starts for both of us. He dead draws, and I get the turn 1 Gallade. I even find the dark patch here. And I can even Shaymin. I will be losing a dark patch, but it's not the end of the world. And yeah, this makes sense to me. This absolutely makes sense to me. So I will Shaymin here, and then I will Premonition. There's no need to look at the top 5 cards if I'm gonna draw them anyways. Assuming my opponent gets enough energy, I could definitely sacrifice the Sableye here, and I mean, I could go for another dark patch. I guess that's good enough. Well, I should have discarded the Trainer's Mail, not the N. Well, nah, that's fine, because he doesn't have anything. He actually, well, I'm actually gonna, no, but if I top deck something I can't use, like having another Gallade would be awesome, but I can't rely on that solely. Yeah, I'm just gonna, oh, I didn't Premonition, whoops. I forgot to Premonition. And with the Premonition, I could have guaranteed another Maxie's for a second Gallade. That was pretty bad. I forgot. That's what happens when you're not used to using Gallade. Like, it's as simple as that. I'm just not used to using Gallade. I guess I was doing it okay for now, but yeah. Versus Seeker for an N, so we get a better hand. I guess that compensates for the fact that I didn't use Gallade. It didn't actually end up mattering. Plays down a Silent Lab, that's fine, and KOs my Sableye. So I can't retreat, so I obviously promote Yveltal-EX. And then the Floatstone I attached to Gallade. Maybe I should have promoted Gallade actually. Well, I can simply Y-Cyclone back into Gallade. Gallade deals 130 damage minus 10, that's 11. So if I deal 100 damage right now, that's more than enough. That is more than enough. Or I could Evil Ball 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 for that's not a KO actually. That is not a KO. Okay, I'm gonna do this for the Maxies. There's only one Dark Patch left, so I probably don't want to discard any more energies. The other Compressor, and how many Verseeker do I have? Wow, only one? So I've used 2, I have 1 in my hand, which I'm about to waste. Okay, here's what I can do. Okay, this is what I will do. I'm gonna get rid of the Delinquent. Wait, what? Oh, it's already in my discard pile? Yeah, never mind. Okay, so my Delinquent will be the card I discard. I guess I'm Ultra Ball. No, just these 2. That's fine. And here's what I'm gonna do. No, that feels too weak. I'm gonna Delinquent my opponent's hand just to make use of the Versus Seeker. I get my abilities back. I also give him ability or access to Shaymin. I force him to discard 3 cards though. And then, yeah, I should definitely White Cyclone here. Should definitely play conservatively. Like, I could just go all in, attack with Evil Ball, and just outright, after he KOs me potentially, or after he attacks me, I promote the Fright Night Yveltal and KO him. But I'm not a fan of that play, so I'd rather do this. And I have the KO with Gallade, which I didn't use Premonition once again. Oh, that's so bad. Yeah, my opponent would have found more basic Pokemon. He goes for an Yveltal, that means he has a Sycamore or an N in his hand as his last card. He didn't go for Shaymin, or maybe because he plays Silent Lab, he doesn't run Shaymin. No, he just goes for the Maxies. Okay. So yeah, like, we were in a really solid position. Now we're not that much. He's probably going to White Cyclone as well, which makes sense. Definitely makes sense. Yeah, maybe I should have gone all in. Maybe I should have gone all in on that play. Difficult to tell. Honestly, difficult to tell. Wow, he has Oranguru. Oranguru with Silent Lab. That seems like a pretty bad combo. And, well, Gallade with Oranguru seems pretty good, actually. He might not have Shaymin, in fact. He might actually not have Shaymin. And I keep forgetting myself to use Premonition. It's not good, Pablo. Not good. And yeah, he does go for the Y side though. So yeah, I do top deck another DCE, which I will attach to the Fright Night Yveltal. I could potentially trap Oranguru in the active slot, and I can take a KO here with with Gallade. I'm gonna use Premonition, and I mean, what Pokemon could I want to potentially search for? None that I can think of. Yeah, the order here doesn't really matter at all, at all. I'm gonna retreat into Gallade. Basically, if he goes all in to KO Gallade, that should be fine. Do I Parallel City myself or do I Parallel City him? No, I'm gonna hold on to a Parallel City. It seems like he's gonna be playing with a really low hand. Yeah, so I'm gonna save that. Well, no, I'm not gonna save it. I'm gonna limit him. And now I'll just take a KO. Resistance, not even past resistance. I mean, I do get a prize card. I get a Ghetsis off of my prizes and another Darkness Energy. So now there's 3 in play and 4 in my hand. That's all the Darkness Energy available. He attaches a Floatstone to Oranguru. And Will versus Seeker for Sycamore. So, well, I guess Oranguru does make him pretty immune to Delinquent. I mean, I still get to discard resources, but that might not be good enough. There's 2 DCEs, so we could still have one more. There's a Dark Patch. That's the first Dark Patch for him, whereas I have used 3, where I've used 2, but discarded another one. Not great. Like, I'm in the lead, but I don't feel like I'm in the lead, you know? I had Lysander, then maybe I could feel a little bit more comfortable. Very big maybe though. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13. I guess that's fine. Okay, he Premonitions. Is he going to leave Oranguru in the active slot? I doubt it. But if he retreats into Yveltal and attacks, then I can get an attack off. And he will do that, okay. Attaches a Fighting Fury Belt. Another Darkness Energy. Is that enough for a KO? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Yep, exactly. Exactly. Yikes. Okay, so I do have abilities right here. So I'm gonna promote this Darkrai whilst I think what I want to do. Top deck the Trainer's Mail. I know exactly what I'm going to draw, so there's no point in doing that. I could get this here. That's what I can do. I can get this, and I can also Evil Ball. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. Okay. So I guess this is my play, actually. I'm gonna attach there. I'm gonna get this. Him. I get 3 cards off of that, or 2 cards rather. The stadium doesn't count. I knew what I was going to get, but that's okay. Maybe I should have played the Trainer's Mail first. But right here, I'm gonna deal 170 damage, right? I'm going to deal 170 damage. So if he KOs me, He needs to do Evil Ball to KO me. If he does White Cyclone, he doesn't KO me, and if he KOs me, I promote the Fright Knight Yveltal, and I get a KO right there. So Touches of Darkness to Gallade. I guess then Fright Knight is not that good afterwards. Like, I'm gonna get 2 prize cards, but then yeah, maybe this was not the best play here. Well, he benches another Yveltal, so that's good. That's definitely good. Well, not really. He can Dark Patch. We might... yeah. This is really ugly, and he has a Ranguru too. That's the thing, he has a Ranguru. He actually has a Ranguru. Which is great for him, not so great for us. If we can trap a Ranguru though. Like if I could Lysander or Ranguru right here. Ah, that Stadium. That Stadium and the Darkrai. Yikes. Yeah. That's probably going to be game. He still has 1 Verse Seeker left. His Lysander is in the discard pile. He does draw for the Oranguru. 1, 2, 3, 4. Basic Darkness. 4, 5, 6. So maybe there's a chance. Like if I'm able to find the Lysander, I can dig for it. If I can Lysander and promote the Oranguru, then maybe I have a shot here. Huh. Okay, I'm gonna try to do that. Because even though he has Darkrai, he should only be able to... he should only have a single... yeah, there's a Lysander. He should only have a single Darkness Energy left, in theory, right? In theory. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna Shaymin first to make my deck that much thinner. Okay, there's a Lysander. So I'm like, well, I could Lysander the Darkrai too. I think Lysandering the Darkrai is better here. Well, he still has DCEs too. Never mind, he still has DCEs as well. Okay, so I get my 2 prize cards, which are Yveltal-EX and Fighting Fury Belt. I guess is cool. I would really like to find the Dark Patch though. My absolute last Dark Patch. Can I find my Dark Patch? Yes, I can. Okay, cool. Okay, so I Dark Patch into this guy, and now I pitch Black Spear. There's a chance he can't retreat. If he does retreat, like in order to win, he needs a DCE. Well, even then, because he can't attach and attack with Gallade, so he can't attach and Lysander up something. And he's down to 1 energy. Well, he probably also has AC. I assume he has AC. Like if his list is similar to the one I'm using, except with Oranguru apparently instead of Shaymin. This is rough. Okay, he uses Premonition first. He actually goes for a Premonition. That's okay. though. Like if he doesn't win this turn or uses N, I should have the game by KOing his Yveltal-EX. Right? I can Lysander with my last First Seeker. So that's the plan, I guess. That's definitely the plan. If he Lysanders but can't retreat, then I do have to waste a turn right there, which is not great. But the fact that he's using Premonition might mean he has a way to reduce his hand size in order to use Oranguru. Okay, he does Trainer's Mail. Grabs an Ultra Ball. So the Ultra Ball, I mean, if he has Shaymin, now's the time to use it. If he has Shaymin, now's the time to use it. But if he doesn't win through Lysander this game, with his last versus Seeker, I should be able to win. Or he could also end me. That's also true. He could also end me. Oh boy, but this is a really good game, guys. This is actually a really good game. Just based on the videos I've done this week, up to like using Desujai Seismitoad and now this deck, I'm really enjoying playing Expanded. I really am. And maybe Oranguru is better than Shaymin now, because it combines really nicely with Gallade. Really nicely. Okay, so Ultra Ball. He's really thinking things through though. Really thinking things through. Like I said, Dark decks or Yveltal decks usually don't run more than 7 Darkness energy. So I can probably take this. The 1 energy on the Darkrai-EX is really hurting me. Okay, so he goes for Sableye and he discards a Darkness energy in the process. What? 5? 6, 7. Then he must have another one. He most definitely should have another Darkness energy. Wow. I am really surprised. He had it all this time. He must have an 8th energy then. He really must have an 8th energy. No, he decides to attach to Gallade. What? So, oh, wow. He has Escape Rope. Oh boy. And he has yet to play a supporter card. Is this game? Is this actually game? No way. Oh. That is absolutely heartbreaking. That is... Wait, so why does he... Oh, because he needs the escape rope. Wow. That is so heartbreaking, guys. That is actually so heartbreaking. He had everything he needed, and he found the escape rope, which he... Wow. I mean, he needed to... Wow. He needed energy? Wow. I am in shock of what just happened. I can't believe I lost that game. I cannot believe I lost that match. What are you gonna do, guys? Maybe I should have been more aggressive with the first Yveltal-EX to KO it. Not entirely sure, but that's Pokemon for you guys. My opponent had the right cards, and many games do come down to, does my opponent have Lysander? No, I win. Does he have the Lysander? Yes, he wins. And it's something that maybe I'm not a huge fan of, but that's the game we play. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you can leave a like on the video. Takes a second. Subscribe if you haven't yet. And I will see you guys on Friday for some TCG Pokédex action. Bye-bye.